Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. I'm Steve Hall with another Liverpool news update on this fine Monday afternoon. Hope all is well wherever you are joining us from today on today's show. You got a little bit of news about Jurgen Klopp, another Scottish target. Maybe Liverpool are looking to add to their tartan contingent, and then of course, basically, I'm going to use a little bit of time to wax lyrical about the Egyptian king, Mohamed Salah. Any thoughts, comments, all that kind of stuff throughout the show, please do use the live chat if you're watching along live, and I'll bring them up on the screen if you're watching this, or after the fact. Then, of course, you can use the comment section below, and again, we'll interact with as many of those as we can down the line. Just a quick one, want to let you guys know here on Redmen as well. Later this afternoon, Paul and the gang will be back with the Originals podcast. That is live from 2 p.m. on the YouTube channel as well. Obviously, you can download that on your podcasting apps of choice as well if you want to get yourselves involved in there. But yeah, I'm here just to have a little chat about the Reds, some news stuff. And like I say, I'm going to wax lyrical about Mo Salah, because why wouldn't you want to wax lyrical about Mo Salah? Right then, Rob says, "Hi Steve, I hope you're well." Hi Rob, I am well. I hope you're all well too, my friend. Hope you're doing having a really good afternoon. Obviously, this story came from the first one, Jurgen Klopp, and being linked with the Germany job. This one comes from the Times. Now, it was from late last week. Oh, wait there a minute. Let's see what the Times have done again. They make you sign in, don't they, these fellas? Anyway, it was brought up by Paul Joyce in the Times that Liverpool, there we go, Jurgen Klopp rejected the Germany job before Julian Nagelsmann's appointment. He was unswayed by the prospect of leading his host nation at the home Euros. The Anfield boss says his heart is set on building Liverpool 2.0. So this story came out a few days ago from Paul Joyce in the Times. Came out on Friday afternoon, but we haven't really had a chance to discover it. So yeah, it turns out, as soon as, obviously, Hansi Flick was sacked by Germany, everyone was like, oh, I wonder if... And it never really got that far. I think everyone kind of dismissed it. But it turns out, according to Paul Joyce's report, Jurgen Klopp turned down an approach from the German FA. Obviously, Julian Nagelsmann is going to be the next manager instead. He says Klopp was the first choice for the role after he sacked Hansi Flick, but his commitment to Anfield meant he did not even countenance leaving, despite the prospect of leading his home nation at the Euros. Obviously then, once they realised that Klopp wasn't in for it, they went to Julian Nagelsmann, obviously, and he will now be in charge of Germany, all being well, at the Euros. Apparently, he signed a short-term deal. Klopp is under contract at Liverpool until 2026, and he intends to see it out. So yeah, good news. So basically, it turns out the Germany rumours were definitely a thing, and they definitely wanted Jurgen Klopp. It's great to see that Klopp obviously didn't fancy that at all. Now, the interesting question here is, of course, is anyone, let me know in the comments, guys, are any of you getting a little bit smiley, for lack of a better word, a bit happy at the fact? Like, I know Jurgen's under contract till 2026, and all reports have been that he might leave then. This Liverpool 2.0 and how he's speaking about his players and how he's speaking about this team, it's got me wondering. I wonder if he fancies a little more longer, a bit of extra contract, bit of a contract extension. Can he develop this team into the team that he developed his last team into? I mean, it's a long way away. Don't get me wrong. There's ages yet. There's like, 2.5 more seasons. There's a lot of footy to be played. But I really, really hope that is the case. Maybe, Jurgen's Liverpool 2.0 gets him to that point. Albio says, I'm so glad that Jurgen is still a Red. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it'd be a waste of a song if he left now, wouldn't he? But it is interesting. Germany wanted him. I think it must always be a tough decision to turn down the national job of your country. That must be a tough decision to make, because that's a huge honour for anybody. You know, everyone would want to manage their national team at some point. And listen, Jurgen might leave Liverpool in the future, and he might still have his eyes on the German national job. But I think it is actually worth mentioning, that is a huge honour to be asked and considered, and for him to just rebuff it straight away and just absolutely just knock it on the head. I think that is a positive for everyone, really. I don't know how much thought he even gave about it. Interesting. Now, Rudi Völler did say that Nagelsmann was the preferred candidate. However, Paul Joyce says that, his information is that Jurgen was directly approached by the German FA and he turned it down. Ketty says, it shows his commitment and his love for the club and for the city. Absolutely. Ty, I'm glad Klopp is staying with us. I don't think you'd find anyone, Ty, who disagrees, apart from maybe fans of opposition teams. And let's have a little look. Craig says, let's hope so. I'm also very excited about this new looking Liverpool. And yeah, hopefully Jurgen is excited as you are too. Rav D says, as regards to Klopp staying on for longer, it depends on the next 2 seasons. However, I think he will leave. He's always kind of hinted that he would leave. Now, he signed the new contract because he said he didn't want to leave Liverpool in this period where there's going to be a lot of transition. We've gone through a big summer of transition. We're kind of on the other side of it now, and we're seeing the fruits of that summer transition. The midfield rebuild, Jurgen Klopp's 2.0, whatever you want to call it. We're seeing the effects. I wonder if he gets enthused by it. Who knows? We'll find out. Let's have a little look who else we've got on here. Albio said he loves the city, the people, and most importantly our club and the football. He's not tired of the game or the challenge, and that's a blessing. He is clearly excited by 2.0, and yeah, I tend to agree, mate. Because I wonder if that offer came in the summer or last year when Jurgen said, look like it was a bit done in, what the answer would have been. Now, hypothetically speaking, we'll never know the answer to that, will we? Because, well, who cares? It didn't, so that's fine. But I do wonder what would have been the answer. But yeah, great news. Jurgen was like, no, not happening. Absolutely nothing to see here. We had a comment before. See if I can scroll up. Sir Scotty99, who is the Scottish target that we're looking at? Well, Scotty, Sir, I must add, I forgot your title. According to a report from John Richardson of the Mirror, Liverpool are one of the 3 clubs interested in signing Brentford star Aaron Hickey. Yeah, he's only just arrived at Brentford in the summer of 2022, so he's been there, just over a year now. 21-year-old fullback has been impressive for both club and country, and he says is attracting the interest of the trio of Premier League clubs as well as German club Bayern Munich. Hickey has made an impressive progress under Thomas Frank after he was signed from Bologna, where he spent 2 seasons after his brave decision to leave Hearts as a teenager. So yeah, Aaron Hickey is the latest Scotsman being linked with a move to Liverpool. Now, interesting, Jurgen Klopp's and basically every single Liverpool manager has never won a title without a Scottish player in it. Now, I wonder if is this Jurgen perhaps being a bit, I don't know, superstitious, or I don't know. Now he's got Andy Robertson for a while, and Ben Doak looks like he's going nowhere to stay. Sorry, he's going nowhere soon. He looks like he's here to stay, I should say. But yeah, left back, 21 years old. The Liverpool potentially see him as an option for a long-term replacement for Andy Robertson. Now, Andy Robertson's still got a lot of football left, of course, in his locker. But yeah, I've been impressed a little bit with it from what I've seen of Aaron Hickey. I mean, I watched Brentford the other day against Everton. I'm going to listen to peek behind the curtain. My house is always very, very busy. I have a chaotic life. I have a wife who's a nurse who works shifts. I have 2 young children, and I work this job revolving around Liverpool. But on Saturday night, between like 2 p.m. and like 8 p.m. I had the house to myself, and it was bliss. I love my family, I love my kids, but I had some time, so I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll sit down and I'll watch Brentford and I'll watch Everton, and I thought, you know what? I fancy Brentford, obviously. I think at home they do well, and Everton battered them, to be fair, and Hickey was one of the ones who, he never shone, put it that way, but I don't think any of the Brentford players shone. But when I've watched him in the past, he's always looked a good player. Obviously, he got into the Hearts team at a very, very young age. But yeah, let's have a little look. Danny says, signing Scottish players equals league titles. Yeah, I'll be right. Like I say, when I sat down the other day, I was hoping to sit down and watch Brentford batter Everton. It didn't quite work out, but I must admit I still enjoyed a couple of hours peace on my own in the house while the missus was out with the kids and whatever. So yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, I'd seen these stories about Aaron Hickey. I'd heard a couple of whispers about it, so I thought I'd have a look. Again, it was one game, but for the most part, he's been really, really good. Obviously, he got an injury about this time last year, actually. He hurt his ankle, and that took him out for a while, but he's had a good time of it. He's only 21, he's playing Premier League football. It makes sense that he's on Liverpool's radar. Obviously, everyone is looking for good young players. Why wouldn't he be? That's what you're in for if you can get a good player. Now, Brentford, by all accounts, won't be the easiest club to get a player out of. I'm guessing that, they paid something around, let's have a little look, a 4-year contract it was, so he's there for a while, but he's got, 2026, is it? So there's a long time to get out of there. But I thought it was interesting. Liverpool just one of the clubs being linked with him, and like I say, as Danny mentioned before, you never, ever, 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 ever win a Liverpool League title without a Scottish player. So maybe they're just keeping just in case. But yeah, one to have a little look at. Again, who knows what Kostas Tsimikas' future is? There were reports a few weeks ago that he might be signing a new contract. That seems to have gone a little bit. We haven't heard too much on that yet. Hickey might be a bit more, if Liverpool are going to stick with this hybrid system, does he suit that a bit better maybe, that he can be a little bit more of a centre-half option than Kostas? Kostas, again, he hasn't really played much this season. He didn't have a particularly great game against Lask. I'm guessing we'll see more of him on Wednesday against Leicester City, of course. But just something to keep an eye on Liverpool. I wonder if they are considering Kostas' future. Maybe they go and get a younger player to replace him, maybe one who might be a bit more comfortable in there as well. And we'll see how we go. That is a very interesting question from Dallypool asking me about my colleagues. Okay. Snog, marry, avoid, Tom, Dan and Paul. I don't know how to answer that, so I'm not going to. You know what I'd do? I'd snog all three of them at the same time. How's that for an answer? There you go. Let's have a little look. Fan of Drax says, weird thing is he wouldn't be homegrown. I know Robertson isn't. No, Scottish players don't count as homegrown in the English system. Of course, Scottish independence and all that kind of stuff. So no, he came through as a youth player at Hearts and at Celtic and then back again at Hearts. So no, he wouldn't be classed as a homegrown player just like Andy Robertson isn't. So yeah, you are right. Let's have a little look. Danny asks a big question. Stay looking past 2026. Who should, if Klopp shouldn't renew his contract, who would you want to see take up the hot seat? That is an interesting question. First of all, I hope Jurgen does. If he doesn't, it's so difficult. I think there's some good. De Zerbi's a really good manager, but 2026 is such a long way away. Who knows what happens between now and then? Listen, if Xabi Alonso continues doing well at Leverkusen, does he become a viable option? I'm guessing he probably does. If Liverpool want to stick with someone who knows the club and gets it, so Alonso's definitely an option. As Rav D says, Rav D says Alonso perhaps by that time. Like I said, that's 2.5 seasons. So much could change. Right now, if I was picking a Premier League manager, I do like the look at De Zerbi at Brighton. I think he could be. I think he could be a good option, but yeah, it's so long away, isn't it? But hopefully, I wouldn't mind seeing Xabi Alonso in the Anfield dugout. That'd be certain. But yeah, it's such a long way away. Yeah, Danny AW said I'm so impressed with De Zerbi, and then Rav says I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. And then Sean says, Gerrard ruined the managerial lineage plan by being rubbish. Yeah, I do believe, I wonder if it was a case of Gerrard, if he'd done well at Villa for a while, and then he could have been the one to take the reins. As it stands, he's in Saudi Arabia. That doesn't exclude him from anything. He could come back at any time and do other stuff. I don't know, but you are right. I think I always thought the succession plan would be Gerrard after Klopp. I'm not there anymore. So, yeah, where's that? Mohammed says, what about Nagelsmann? I'll be honest, right? I've never got the Nagelsmann thing. I've never understood it. I really haven't. Like, people keep telling me he's a great coach and a great manager, and I'm yet to see the proof that that's a thing. So no, for me, no, I don't. It's not for me. I'd be wrong. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I've never seen it. I'll be honest. So no, not for me. Right then, I'm 15 minutes into the show, and I did promise you guys that I was going to speak about Mohamed Salah. He's broken yet another Premier League record, because that's what Mo Salah does. Let's see if I can bring this one up to you. This is, scroll through all the rubbish. Let's have a little look. Salah, yeah, here we go. This is via TalkSport, so apologies for bringing their horrendous website onto your screen. But Mohamed Salah, goal against West Ham, saw him break another Premier League record. He won a penalty, of course, against being brought down by Agard, and then he scored it himself. So the record that Mo Salah has broken, and bear with me because this is quite wordy, and make sure to get this right. He is the first player in Premier League history, let's just make sure I get this right, I'm going to make sure I got it right, to have a goal involvement in 12 consecutive games on 2 separate occasions. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So in the last 12 Premier League games, Salah has either a goal or an assist. He did it himself in August to December last year. In fact, he went on to 15 times in that run. So he's the first player ever in Premier League history to have 2 consecutive runs of 12 games where he scored or assisted in a goal. Fingers crossed that made sense to you. It made sense in my head. So yeah, another record. He already broke a record last week. Of course, he's the highest African scorer in history, in Premier League history, overtaking Didier Drogba. He's the highest assists in the Premier League from an African player as well. I think he overtook Riyad Mahrez very, very recently. Mohamed Salah, he just breaks records after records after records. He's down to he's nearly at 200 Liverpool goals as well, which is incredible. He is just an absolute superstar. Spirit says Mo scored that penalty with ferocity. It meant a lot to him. It was a very, very good pen. And then Nathan says, puts a bit more bluntly, but I like the way you put it as well, my friend says, Mo's penalty slapped. He certainly looked like a fella who knew that he'd missed a couple recently. He absolutely hammered that home. And yeah, it was, I think if the goalie would have got a save on that one, he might have ended up in the net with it. So overall, Mohamed Salah, like I mentioned before, where he's at in terms of his goal scoring record for the Reds, he is now 10 away from 200 goals. Right, let's have a little look. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Liverpool's fixtures. Bear with me while I bring these up. Liverpool's fixtures. So Mohamed Salah, he's going to get to the 200 mark. That's just going to happen. Let's try and figure out together when he's going to get there. So 10 goals he needs to score. Now, I would be shocked if he plays any part of the game on Wednesday. So let's put that one out of the fact. He's got Tottenham. Then he's got maybe Union. I wouldn't be shocked if he got some minutes against Union. Then he's got Brighton. Then Everton. Then Toulouse. Then Forest. Then Luton. Then Toulouse. Then by this point, I wonder if he's got there. Maybe it's there. Maybe he gets maybe his goal 200 is the winner at the Etihad. Oh, what a story that could be. November 25th. How many games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 away to get 10 goals. Listen, a little cheeky hat against Everton, and he could get there. Spirit says by Christmas he'll get the 10. So what's after City? You're looking at Lask, Fulham, Sheffield United, Palace, Union again, Man United on December 16th. I'd hope that he'd get 10 before then. But yeah, Rav D says, yes, Mo's 200 at the Etihad, please. At the Etihad, yeah. I'll get him at the Etihad. And get Liverpool a win there. It's been too long since we won there. That's what we need to do. If Man City are going to be this flipping juggernaut that they look like already, with their cyborg robot up front who never ever misses goals, and when they get injured, they just bring another player in to replace them, even though Pep's moaning about his injuries. If they're going to be that, we need to beat them. If we can't rely on no one else to do it, we do it ourselves. So yeah, let's try and get Mo's 200. I mean, if you want to get it before, then I'm perfectly fine with that, Mo. You be you. Let's have a little look who's here. Jeremy says at Everton. Now, for him to get the Everton one, he is going to have a banging few games. He's got Spurs, Union and Brighton before we play the Ev. Maybe he goes 2 against Spurs, 2 against Union, 2 against Brighton and scores 4 against Everton. Listen, yeah, let's try that one. Let's try that one. I'm absolutely fine for it. Who else? Let's have a little look. Esther says, yeah, Salah is so important to Liverpool. What a player. What a Liverpool legend. Yeah, absolutely. He is an absolute superstar. He's just a records machine. All Mohamed Salah does is break records. He is just a joke. Like, you can just Google what records does Mo Salah have, and usually it's everything. You see the memes on Twitter all the time. Only Mo Salah has done this, or only Mo Salah has done that. In fact, I might have a little search for that now. Bear with me. If I actually search term only Mo Salah, you might be able to find a few more. I brought a few of these up last week, didn't I? Only Mo Salah. Let's have a little gander what turns up. Top one. Let's have a little look. Any good ones? Only 5 players have taken more shots, according to James, the stat man in the Premier League. Salah will break into the top 4 within his next 10 games. Likes taking shots, does our Mo. Anyone else got any more for any more? The latest. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's a few more. Adams because they're only an idiot. So yeah, loads of Who else have we got in the Twitter? Yeah, Mo Salah. He's about to, there you go. There's a stat for you. He's about to break into the top Premier League for shots as well. It's not only getting goals and stuff like that. It's all Mo Salah. This is the one I found the other day. Only Mo Salah has created more big chances than Moussa Diaby. Yeah, there's another one. There's a few days ago. That's probably changed now. Did Mo get a few other big chances at the weekend? He is just a stat and a record machines. Jason says, the next 2 games feel like a litmus test for this side. Are you taking 4 points if offered right now, Steve? In for a penny, in for a pound. Fuck it. No, what? No. Let's go and beat both of them. I think 4 points would be a decent result out of those, I think, but not taking 4 points. I'm not going to take 4 points. That's a coward's way out. If we get them, that's what we end up with, then that's fine. I want 6 points, please. So I wouldn't take it. Absolutely not. Savannah says, Steers did a watch along on Wednesday's game. Hopefully, because I'm booked, to be honest. Got to see if I can find out if we can find somewhere to actually watch the match first, considering, again, the archaic UK broadcasting rules means I can't watch a game in my own country legally on TV, so I might have to. We flew to Mauritius for the watch along yesterday. We couldn't actually broadcast from the studio. It was a long flight back as well, so that's the plan, mate. But who knows? We'll find out if it. Yeah, but yeah, that is what we're definitely trying to do. Who else have we got down there? Dalipool says he's over for the Union game. Keep an eye out. Anyone outside? I don't think there'll be anyone filming outside the ground, mate. But Paul, Chris, Chloe and Dan are all at the stadium, so you might bump into them there. Give one of them a shout if you're going down there. I'm on the watch along with Errol in the studio. That's our plan. Let's have a little look. Darren says, back to the point about the next games, go for 6 points and see if Rodri-less City can drop points at Wolves or Arsenal. Yeah, go for 6. I'm not off it. If you end up with 4 or whatever, it is what it is. But I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take 6 right now. I wouldn't take 4 right now, sorry. Thomas says Mo could possibly, should he stay, go above Roger Hunt, second Liverpool greatest goal scorers. So, I can bring that list up for you now, actually, Tom. He needs another 96 goals to get there. He would have to stay for like 3 or 4 more the rest of this season, and maybe 3 or 4 more. He could if he stays. The record is certainly there in terms of ability and his goal scoring prowess, but we expect him 4.5 years, maybe 3.5 years more of Salah. I hope so, but it does feel away. But I think he should catch Billy Little. If not, this season's probably a bit too far for that one. Although, listen, could he score 30 goals between now and then? Well, how many does he need? He needs 38. That's not going to happen this season. He could easily get there next year. So that's how he goes. But yeah, we'll find out. We will absolutely find out. He's certainly in terms of his goals per games ratio, he's certainly got the ability to do it. Let's have a little look. Tamza says, what's Liverpool's record? Yeah, listen, Ian Rush got 346 goals for Liverpool. I mean, Mo Salah's not going to get there. Now, listen, Ian Rush played 660 times. And I got a record, a goal every 1.9 games. Salah's got a goal every 1.6 games. He only played 312, and he's been here already since 4 or 5 seasons now. So he'd have to. I mean, listen, if he stays till he's 40, you never ever know. But this is already Salah's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7th season at Anfield. Am I right saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, 7. To get him, he'd have to get to 14 like Ian Rush did to break that. So I don't see it. Let's have a little look at Rush's record. Of course, he had 2 goals at it. Ian Rush was from 1980, gets him through up to 80. There's a little break when he went to Italy and then comes back again. And then he was there till 95, 96. So I'll be shocked if he could ever break that. But he can at least get the next couple, and then we'll see where he's at. Ketty, when did Ian Rush start playing for Liverpool? Was he age 4? He just played a lot, is what he did. He played 660 games, mate. Let's have a little look. I've just brought the wrong box up there. Yeah, Ketty says Rush's record is ridiculous. Yeah, it's outrageous, really. Nobody is touching Rush, says Thomas. It would be a long old way for them to get there. Some kid would have to come through and play 15 years. You'd need the equivalent of Trent Alexander-Arnold, but as a striker, to get in the team and just go mental. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ben Doak. Let's keep an eye on Ben Doak. I'd be interested to see where Salah ranks on a Liverpool GA of all time. I don't think I've got that one. I'll have to unless I've got something on goal. I've got separates on goals and assists. I can bring up I think I can bring up Liverpool's most assists. Yeah, let's have a little look. Yeah, I can bring that up. There we go. Can you bring that up for me, Joe? So currently Salah is 6th on that list. Funny enough, behind Ian Rush. The King, Kenny, the other King, 167 in 515 games. Salah is on 78 in 312. Yeah, he's 5 more assists this season, and he equals Ian Rush. I could see him doing that. I could see him getting 7 and equaling Steve McManaman, to be honest with you. So he could easily get there, and then he'd be chasing Johnny Barnes, Steven Gerrard, and Kenny Dalglish for the absolute icons of this football club. He played a lot of games, but yeah, I wonder where he's going to get. He's played, let's do some maths, 95 fewer games than John Barnes, and he is 33. I wonder if Salah played like all this season and all next season. If he stays, he could get to 100. He could easily get to 100 Liverpool assists. So that's certainly there for you. For him, he is just there. He's an absolute machine, isn't he? Let's have a little look. Liverpool says, how good was Szoboszlai today? Well, is there a time difference there, or do you mean yesterday? Not just today, but since he put this red shirt on, yeah, he's been fantastic. He has been. And we spoke about all that, by the way, over on Red Men Plus, the final words out now. Delighted to be joined by Jay Pearson and by Ian Young for that one. If you want to go and check it out, yeah, we did definitely have a Dom Szoboszlai loving. We also had a Curtis Jones loving, and we had a Liverpool loving, basically. That's over on Red Men Plus now. Einars says Salah will definitely reach top 4 for assists. Now he's term provider. Yeah, I think he'll beat Steve McManaman by the end of this season. I think he'll get 7 more at least. I mean, 8 to pass him, so I'm with you. And then we'll see where he is. Hopefully he can stay longer and he can go and catch the absolute icon that was Johnny Barnes. Kids, if you're watching this, right, and you're a youngster, I don't know how old some of you guys are in the chat. There might be some oldies in there as well who can verify this. Just go and Google John Barnes. And once you've got past all the videos of him singing like he does recently and rapping, just watch John Barnes at Liverpool. He was like out of this world good. So for Salah to be in the same conversation for assists as him, there's a bit of homework for you as young pups. Go and Google and watch some Johnny Barnes highlights and you won't regret it. And then if Salah can overtake that guy, because that guy was a genius, then that just shows the type of company that Mohamed Salah's in. He's a Liverpool legend. You know, they talk about if there was a Mount Rushmore of Liverpool players, then you can get yourself Mo Salah's face on it in terms of all the amount of goals and assists he's got. James agrees with me. Yeah, John Barnes was unreal. He really was. He was absolutely incredible. Absolutely brilliant. Danny says, why don't we have an invincible season? Take 2, lads. Yeah, listen, why not? We haven't lost the game yet, have we, Danny? Listen, if the Reds can go unbeaten and go and get it. I'll bring this one up. I'll bring this one up from AWSC. Touch wood, no jinx. The best thing we bought about Salah, besides his goals and assists, is that he really gets injured. Yeah, he's a freak. He's a fitness freak, isn't he? So yeah, brilliant. Stay thoughts on Mo's tweet. I'm right in saying the tweet was about some Harvard thing. Is that right? I'll Google that. It was something they've done a case study about his contract talks. Yeah, which is weird. Now I don't know how much Mo Salah was involved in sending this tweet or whether it was his agent. But I saw that someone at the Harvard Business School has done like a case study on Mo Salah about his contract situation with his agent Rami Abbas. So fair enough. You can case studies on the Egyptian king. Now, if you go to Harvard Business School, then you can get yourselves a bit more familiar with the Egyptian king as well. It was apparently something to do with his contract situation. I haven't read the full thing yet because be asked, but yeah, fair enough. Mo Salah, he's even getting studied by graduates and experts over at Harvard. Let's have a little look who else we've got. Einar says, stay, I'll be watching the John Barnes rap with me lunch here. Yeah, listen, enjoy the rapping as well. I was at the kit launch and he can still rap as well. I think he didn't do Liverpool songs though. I can't remember the name of the song he did now, I forgot, but yeah, he was excellent at that one. Let's have a little look. Jeremy, I cemented my allegiance as a Liverpool fan when John made the move to Liverpool. I went to school with his cousins in Jamaica and our mothers went to... There you go. A connection to Johnny Barnes from Jeremy. Aren't you glad John Barnes signed for us, mate? Because you've seen us win fucking everything since he did. So thank goodness for Johnny Barnes doing that for you. Yeah, Danny, you can be slow or fast. You must get to the line. Johnny said it right, didn't he? That's exactly what it was. A little bit of World Emotion. He didn't sing World Emotion. It wasn't a footy song. It was that one that goes, a hip, a hop, a hip, did a hip. That one. He done that one. I don't know the name of that song. Joe, what's that song called? Do any of you know what that song's called? Tell me. Hip, The hop, the hip, the hippie, that one. And he done that one anyway. And he was quite good at it, actually, to be fair. And he had Keogh on the stage, I think, at the same time. And I think Keogh was quite impressed with him, as it was as well. But yeah, Rapper's Delight. That is it. It isn't the Anfield rap. Rapper's Delight. I'm pretty sure it's Rapper's Delight. Well done, Marley Clark. 2 points to you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. He was good at it as well, to be fair to him. Right, we've got on about Johnny Barnes here. These shows can take twists and turns in every single direction, can't they? But yeah, listen, I'm going to wrap up there. Going to let you get back to your days. Like I say, 2 p.m. here on Red Men Originals podcast. You'll have Paul, Chloe and Dan having a big old chat about everything to do with the Reds. So go and check that out over on the Originals if you're watching this after the fact. If you haven't, come back at 2 o'clock live. Get yourselves in the live chats. Get yourselves in the comment sections as well. You guys are the absolute best. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you all next time. See you in a bit, everyone.
Hey, thank you so much for checking out the content today. If you want to get your name in and amongst these wonderful people, then head to redmenplus.com. Join as a Legend tier subscriber. You're going to get free merchandise codes. You're going to get in our Discord, and you're going to get your name at the end of YouTube videos. Yes, redmenplus.com, Legend tier status.